I guess we got him on the phone today. Is that right?
Is he in San Jose?
No, probably not. Probably hitting balls. There's a driving range open somewhere. Eric, are you there?
Eric, are you in San Jose or are you at a golf course?
Hold on, I just got 2 more balls left. Hold on a sec.
It's Masters Week.
Solid play.
Masters Week. It's 17 degrees. It's Masters Week, and I can't stand leaving balls, from the bucket for the next guy. I know it's a nice thing to do to pass it on, but Lord knows we could all use every shot we can take.
What are you coming out of the gate with this year? Draw, little cut, little low stingers. What are you hitting?
Yeah, I'm hitting a lot of low skulls. That's kind of the play these days. No, you know what's funny? We've got this great range here in town. It's an outdoor range, but you can play, with the, I don't know what you call that thing, the TrackMan, whatever. You play 18 holes, but you're hitting into the wind. Incredible heaters. So I don't think I've ever hit so many balls in the winter in my life. I've probably played 8 rounds, just on this kind of outdoor sim. It's been pretty incredible. So it's kind of like what Top Golf. It's exactly like Top Golf, but we've got a bunch of them here now in Calgary, and they're fantastic for your game.
Oh, those would have gone over well initially because people in Calgary just want to be trendy like that. They would have been absolutely packed for a while, and then they'll struggle, and then we'll all drive by them, and they'll just be like a big empty netting. Guaranteed.
Well, there's actually it's funny. There's actually an interesting history. I won't get it. I'll clip Clavin on you, but Top Golf was going to come to Canada. Cineplex Odeon bought the rights, but those are like $30 million buildings to build. Like, you guys been to Top Golf, right?
Yeah.
I do think Top Golf is the best in the States, right?
I think it's overrated. That's just me.
It's a boon for golf because people who've never held a club in their life all show up. There are just hackers everywhere. It's really just a nightclub is all it is, and an excuse to hit little balls. But this one that I go to is not as jazzed up as Top Golf. It's like a dumbed down version for pure golfers. So you don't have the waitresses and the low cut tops and all that like all these other places. It's not like a nightclub with music going either. It's just you want to work on your swing and your distances and all that. It's perfect for it, and it's a fraction of the cost of Top Golf and all the fancy places. Guy with
all the training tools, khakis, bad Costco golf shirt tucked in, just ripping balls. That's I picture it. I can see exactly where you're at right now. There's nothing I hate more than working out, first of all, but second of all, hitting golf balls, like practicing golf. It reminds you pretty quickly that it's not the actual game you love. It's the 3 other dudes in your group, or you can play mixed. I'm not saying you can't. It's the foursome. It's the laughs. It's the booze. It's the nature. It's all those things. The actual just hitting of a golf ball, not that fun, turns out. Do you gamble?
All the things that come with it. Oh, yeah. Like, why? I played with a guy once who didn't gamble. I said, what are you doing here? Like, what are you?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Next week, there's going to be guys that's like, okay, who wants action? We're playing together. Everyone else, go buy iced teas and go. You're in the group behind us. Yeah, but that's the only reason that I practice is because I just get sick of losing money and balls.
I saw a thing online over the weekend as we're getting into Masters Week. Someone wanted to know, there was a question, have you drank more beer on a golf course or lost more golf balls? What would the higher number be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well, yeah.
No question. Yeah, I've drank way more. It's a good question. Very well done. And a nice golf club there. I've had more rums than lost balls, but that's a sad commentary on my life, I guess. I don't know. I played a lot of golf, and I've lost a lot of golf balls, but
I don't play a lot of golf without having a rum or two, or certainly the birdie juice. You got to have the, I don't know what your birdie juice of choice is, boys, but you can't go on a golf course without your flask of birdie juice.
Mine's actually not any kind of juice, to be honest. I've definitely lost. That's a good question though, and makes a guy think. Definitely lost more balls. I love crushing gin, soda, splash of Fresca. I call it a Wednesday. But more balls. Balls, yeah. Oh, for sure. Okay. Go ahead.
So the Flames won't die, Eric. Saturday, I'm like, no, and they just will not. The flame won't go out. Sorry to write your next headline for your column, but these Calgary Flames just won't go away.
Like, it's hard not to. Like, I got to believe that this could be any team in the league, and if you're watching even from afar, you got to be like, you know what? I like that team. I like the cut of their jib. Like, they just, you got to appreciate what they're all about. Look, I still don't think they're making the playoffs, but good on them. Like, Dustin Wolf said to me after the game on Saturday night, like, they just lost just a killer dagger with that goal in off of Uyghur's skate and off of Wolf's back. Like, they've just had the worst luck lately with video reviews and bad bounces, and they still. Wolf says to me after the game, "We're going to make the playoffs." Like, he threw out there the old Mark Messier. Like, we kind of downplayed the whole thing because I'm not sure he really knew what he was saying, but he said we're going to make the playoffs. And whether it's true or not, you got to admire the belief that's in that room. Like, down 2-0 to a juggernaut like Vegas, and not a lot going on. You're not really peppering the net. You don't have many scores. And you still find a way to battle back to 2-2, and that's with another goal that was disallowed. That was like right on the we could argue all day long whether it was in or not. They ruled that it wasn't, but it was millimeters away, if not, and they still managed to get a point out of that game. So yeah, big game tonight in San Jose. Another big one in Anaheim. I do feel like this team's good at taking the free spots on the bingo card and winning those games, which sets up a doozy on Friday, Minnesota in Calgary, for a game that will probably mean quite a lot.
Yeah, because how does it play out now? Do they have to kind of almost run the table?
Pretty much, and they've also got to pray, of course, for Minnesota's got to lose the bulk of their games now. I think Minnie's got four games left, none against playoff teams. Like, it's and it sounds like they're getting Kaprizov back soon too. Like, things are trending in another bad way for the Calgary Flames in that regard. But yeah, and also the Flames have 6 left. They're going to have to win minimum 5 of them to even have a chance. So, and of course the big one being a head-to-head against Minnesota, that'll be massive. And it doesn't look like the Calgary Flames would win in a tiebreak, which complicates things even further for the Flames. So, yeah, the odds are stacked against them. They're probably still at around 10%. But boy, it's fun to watch and see how they react every time.
There's, a few years ago when Vegas won the Cup, and I won a couple of hockey pools, one of the guys I took that was so good, and he got a lot of points, was Ivan Barbashev. You know who the Ivan Barbashev is this year? Is Pavel Dorofeyev from Vegas. Yeah. I watched him play Vancouver last night, and mind you, Vancouver comes out, and I'm like, who the heck is this hockey team? Are they ever good? But then Vegas just does what Vegas does, and this Dorofeyev, like, where Kelly McCrimmon? Man, that guy should lead a country, let alone a hockey team.
I think he played the past couple of years in Henderson for their farm club. But yeah, that's why they were willing to get rid of some of those guys, because they knew they had Dorofeyev ready to go to play with the big club this year.
And I still remember last year, at the beginning of the year, guys are calling their shots on who's going to be Rookie of the Year. And I remember Sam Cosentino, who I put a lot of stock in terms of, when it comes to trying to pick Calder winners, he covers, the drafts as well as anybody. And he said, I think Dorofeyev's going to win Calder Trophy last year. Obviously he didn't,
but he was onto something that, he's one of the best sophomores in the NHL this year for sure. And, he's had an incredible year, and they just keep the depth in that team right now is scary. And the size. I mean, I don't find when you talk to people about who can win the Cup this year, Vegas isn't the sexy pick. It's not the popular pick. People often look to other shinier objects, teams that bolstered themselves at the deadline and all this. Don't forget Vegas. They've done it before. They've got the size. They've got the experience. And, boy, oh, boy, they've got the depth. And Gr8 is a great example of it.
We're going to start talking about the Keniston Super Draft, playoff draft coming up here again over the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be interesting where people think things are going. It's our NHL insider, Eric Francis, joining us for Southie Mainline Chrysler. Sick deals right now on 2024 Ram 3500s. You can save up to $11,000. Maz, sorry. You were going to ask.
Well, it's funny you're talking Keniston Super Draft guys that are hot. 12 in a row for the St. Louis Blues. Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou. If you had to pick your draft today, I'm thinking for what they've done, 2 locks on anybody's playoff pool.
Well, I mean, that's a scary team to play in the first round, right? And that's the way it always seems to be when that 7th and 8th seed, like the wild card teams, they got to bust their hump to get into the playoffs. They usually come in on quite a roll, and that's why you see more and more upsets, I think, in the first round because teams they've been playing playoff hockey for a month and a half in St. Louis, and Rob Thomas he's such a stud, playmaker. He's not a goal scorer. He's clearly, like, if I had to make a list of the top 10 passers in the league, he's on it for sure. And then Kyrou, I mean, at such a young age, continuing to put up 30-goal seasons, this guy's an absolute stud too. And they're coming through when their team needs them most, and they're leading the charge. Those 2 guys, right? They're playing without, their best defenseman. I can't say enough about the job they're doing, and they're piling up points right now.
I had Foam Lake legend Bernie Federico on the show Friday, and he just talked about in Jim Montgomery. Like, I kind of forgot about that, right? How he came in late November. I think now they're 12 wins in a row.
Yeah.
But tonight, does it end tonight with Winnipeg?
Well, it'll be a great test, right? Because Winnipeg, I mean, Winnipeg, luckily, probably won't have to play them in the first round. But, my God, I'll be watching that game pretty closely, that's for sure.
Now it sounds like you're at a casino. Your slot machine's paying off. That's good news.
Sorry about that, I just hit some balls, and then I ran inside to double my money. All good.
Ovi watch ties the record, and then yesterday he scores 895. I thought the Friday Spencer Knight was incredibly happy. What?
Your mic's cutting out a bit. I think it's good now.
Okay.
I think you're talking about Ovechkin.
Yeah, just the 2-parter. I thought Friday was pretty cool when he tied it, and then yesterday when he scored 895. It was good. I'm glad it got stretched out over 2 parts because it made it exciting. Because now I'm like, with one, now anything could happen. And did you see it? Were you able to see it live, or did you end up catching it on social media after it was all said and done?
I felt lucky that I watched it live, and you know what? It's because I agree with you. I like that it got stretched into 2 parts, and I watched the first one live, and then I thought it was so cool. I never thought I'd have any, I don't have any skin in that game, but I just got caught up. I guess we all like watching history, and whether you like them or not, and I do like them. I'm not saying I don't, but, you're like, God, that's pretty cool. And I guess I want to throw at you guys an interesting debate. Do you think he should have scored it into an empty netter? It all turned out okay because 2 days later he gets the goal. The New York fans get to watch it. It's pretty cool. But, I threw it out on Twitter with 7 minutes to go. Do you think he should score into an empty net. And, like, I'd love to get both your thoughts, but I'll throw my take out. Like, normally I'd say no, of course, nobody wants him to score the goal into an empty net, but because it was going to be for a hat trick, I was okay with it. What do you guys think?
I think he waved off the coach, and then they said after the game that he had told him he didn't want to do the empty net. I never thought about the hat trick scenario because I agree. At that point, you've earned it. You've already scored 2, 3 at home.
Yeah.
Place is going bananas. Yeah, I didn't factor in the hat trick part. I was like, oh, that's cool. He wants to score a real goal. I left it at that. And since it happened the next game, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think of that factor. So I don't know now.
I have more respect for him than I ever had before because he didn't go out and do the empty net. Hat trick or not, he wanted to do it the right way. And that's what we're going to remember. And how that wrister that he took yesterday. So that is my take on it.
Yeah, it worked out for sure, and I love that he waved the coach off. And you know, I'm sure the Washington fans were like, "Come on, we could have done it at home." And I was also at first like, "Oh, that's unfortunate that kid." Oh my God, I'm forgetting his name right now. But he got the empty netter for his first.
Yeah, he got his first goal.
Game. Like I've never seen that. Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen a guy get his first NHL goal into an empty net. Usually they haven't earned the right to be on the ice in the final minute. But this kid's a college stud, and you're going to see this kid for a lot of years. And I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. But anyway, I was
because you're busy hitting the slappers.
Yeah, exactly. I got a lot going on today, boys. It's been a long, crazy day. I'm sorry but you have my undivided attention. But
Eric, don't feel bad you can't remember that kid's name because I didn't realize TJ Oshie's been retired for a couple of years. I thought he was still on the Capitals. I thought he was still playing. Okay, so don't feel bad.
Okay, but what ended up being cool is that the kid scores his first ever goal in front of Wayne Gretzky and gets congratulated by Gretzky. And Gretzky talks about how he kind of felt bad, too, that the kid got his first goal into an empty net. And everyone's going to remember his first NHL goal. Most people don't remember a guy's first NHL goal except for the guy and his family and all his friends.
Ryan
now
Leonard.
The whole hockey world remembers Ryan. Yes, exactly. Ryan Leonard. And he just joined the team a couple days earlier of his college season. And, like, the kid's an absolute stud. He's going to be a star for that team, too. Anyway, there was just a lot going on, and it made me – I had things to do on Sunday, and I kind of changed my plans a little bit because I wanted to watch Ovechkin get the record. So I don't know what the ratings are going to be, and that's why I had to hit so many balls today because I couldn't hit as many on Sunday.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, you had a coupon to use at the casino, and you had some a voucher at the driving range that's got to be used. So you just did it today. Why wouldn't a guy? Oh, it's so good.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's why today was planes, trains, and automobiles. Sorry, boys.
There's it's gonna happen. We're gonna see Montreal and Ottawa both in the postseason, Eric.
Yeah, I think it's great. Like, look, we got 5 Canadian teams going to make the playoffs. That's pretty awesome, and I love that. I love that they're both going to be in there. The Montreal one is a very big surprise. The Ottawa one, there's an element of surprise because everyone's wondering, like, are they ever going to get over the hump? But we all knew they had so much talent. They were building and building and building. Got that great leadership. And, the difference there is Allmark. It really is. Like, I get it. They're a year older. They bolstered their lineup at the deadline. There's a lot going on that's positive for that team. But they realized a year or two ago we're a goalie short from being any sort of a contender. And Allmark is that guy, and he's been phenomenal, especially down the stretch when they needed him most. So, yeah, I can't wait to see those teams in the playoffs. Can they make noise? I don't know, but the whole country's going to be tuning in to find out, and that's pretty cool. Like, as opposed to, we've had some years where it's been pretty quiet for Canadian teams, and this is a nice bonus for us.
That I watched Ottawa play. Was it yesterday? And without Brady Tkachuk, and I'm like, these guys are legit. Like they might be that slippery playoff team. Have you watched them play, Maz?
Yeah, well, I spent a good amount of time watching Ottawa play Florida, and Florida's decimated by injury. They were missing 5 or 6 starters, just like with Edmonton. Your 2 Stanley Cup finalists from last year. No McDavid, no Draisaitl. And Florida, no Tkachuk, no Barkov, no Ekblad because he drank the wrong protein shake. That's still the story. All of that and be like, yeah, Florida's in tough without their stars. And then you're watching Ottawa play and you're like, that's a good hockey team. That's a good hockey team. No, just solid top to bottom.
Okay, well, we can cut her down here today because just in case you hit the daily double or anything, and we don't want keep you away from.
I hold on a sec. Yeah, double rum and coke.
I knew he was going to do that.
You'll let it roll. No, I'm just kidding, boys. You know what? I just want to go back on that Ottawa. It's going to be such a treat to watch Brady play in meaningful games where the temperature and the emotion is up, isn't it? Like, I still think he's a unicorn, one of the only guys who plays like 82 games of the year, like it is a playoff game, and he'll fight anybody at any time, even though it's probably a bad idea. It's probably part of the reason why he's out of the lineup right now, because he's put his body in such harm's way. But in the playoffs, when he's willing to go even further, like I've spoken to him several times about him watching his brother go on these runs in Calgary and in Florida, and just how jealous he is and how he can't wait. And he's going to be a show in itself. Just worth the price of admission to watch him win or lose. The emotion he puts on display, it's going to be fantastic. That's what the playoffs should be about.
You guys.
So if they play the Leafs in the first round, will he be? He'd be on the checking line against Marner, right? Marner, Matthews. Like, is that who he'd match up against? Try and take that, cancel them out.
I don't know the answer to that. Like, I don't. When he comes back, we'll see who he's playing with again and all that. And it's tough to match up lines against the Leafs because you go ahead and fill your boots on Marner and Matthews, but you got a second line with Tavares and Nylander. Like, I'm not sure which is the one you need to spend more time trying to shut down, right? So, I think you're just going to see a whole lot of Brady Tkachuk, all night, every night, and just causing havoc and trying to knock guys out one by one with hits and any other way he can. It's just going to be great.
Okay, I'm not here on Wednesday. Maz will be with you again. Before I let you go, give me 5 guys that you like at the Masters.
Only 5?
Oh my God!
Well, it's not that hard of a question.
Tiger Woods.
Well, go with Tiger always. No, Scheffler. You can't. You can get into the weeds and all these different pools with the boxes and everything and all that, but you can't not put Scheffler in there all the time.
The odds aren't that good.
Put me on the spot here.
The odds aren't that good.
Yeah. Well, okay, wait. Well, that's why it's interesting. In the world we live in now, it's not like, are you drafting for your pool?
I'm drafting.
Or are you trying to pick a winner? With odds.
I'm at. I'll be at the sports book at Paris on Sunday watching the final round. So I'm getting some bets placed before I go down. So I was asking. I put
Paris, Ontario.
Yeah. No. Paris. Yeah. No. Montmartre. Paris of the Prairies. South of Regina. South of Regina here. I was asking you who, guys to win with some decent odds if you're sprinkling a little bit.
Oh my God. I don't know. Like, if you want to get some decent odds, dip into the live pool, take some of those live guys because, no one really thinks they have much of a chance. I'm going to dodge the question just because I want to tell you my story, my favorite gambling story. Years ago, when you could really only gamble when you were down in Vegas, Mike Weir, the year he won the Masters, he had won a tournament early in the year, and I put money on him at 50-1 to win the Masters, and it cashed in. Obviously nobody saw it coming. I'm not saying I called my shot, but 50-1. I think I only had $25 on it, but U.S. cash. He's a lefty. I'm a lefty. He's Canadian. I had a ticket to win. That was the best gambling moment I think I've ever had when he finally won that thing. In that
I would have thought he would have even been higher than 50, because although he was playing good, he wasn't I bet on, and
he was nobody at that time.
If I can be one up guy on that one, you're drunk anyway. It doesn't matter. I hit Scheffler at 71. I bet him in October before the Masters in April. That the first year he won it. I got him at.
You picked to win the Masters
at 70-1 in October. I took the ticket back to the ticket window, and the guy was like, "Why the hell would you do this in October?" I'm like, He was just playing good. That's the beauty about betting on golf. It's you go with your gut, and a lot of times it's definitely wrong. I got Koepka, DeChambeau, Morikawa, John Rahm, and the guy that won it, and the only year I didn't bet on him, he won it, Cameron Smith. Plays the course well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? That list you just gave, that's a pretty good list for this trip.
We'll see
for this tournament. There are three live guys in there. Anyway.
Okay.
It's the best week of the year, boys, because not only are you watching golf, you're playing it. And speaking of which, my rum and coke's here, so I got to go.
Thanks, Eric. Have fun on Wednesday. It's our NHL insider, Eric Francis.